Trust Arena, the Fever really stretched out this one in the second half as we look at Diamond DeShields and Caitlin Clark.
That was the most desperate attempt by Chicago to stop Fever's Caitlin Clark. With CC's spectacular performance, the Fever crushed it with a 100-81 win, their biggest victory of the year. Angel Reese hit her 23rd double-double this season, setting a rookie record with 10 points and 11 rebounds. Kelty Mitchell, playing 29 minutes, was on fire with 23 points, and Nalyssa Smith added 14 with Lexi Hull bringing some solid defense. Chicago was missing their star guard, Chennedy Carter. It was a wild game yesterday, so let's talk about how the Fever handled the Sky on Friday. Caitlin went off with a career-high 31, Angel broke another record, and the Fever took the season series 3-1. But what stood out to me the most from this game is how Indiana stepped up their defense. I'm really impressed with it. One of the biggest criticisms of this team when they met back in June, and all three of their previous matchups were in June, was their defense. They weren't doing a great job stopping Angel in the paint. In that third game, Angel dropped 25 points with 16 rebounds, and Chennedy Carter was also unstoppable with 23 points, attacking the basket hard. Their defensive presence in the paint was really lacking, but yesterday they showed up strong on defense. Their Fever team is playing some dangerous basketball as we head into the postseason. They were crashing the boards, shooting well, and making things tough. Even though Angel Reese ended up with a double-double, it took her until the last minute to get there because they were really challenging her and Camila Cardozo in the paint. I'm loving how Indiana has stepped up their defense. Christy Sides also mentioned before that they're stepping up on defense. Now they're clicking on both defense and offense. As for Rookie of the Year, I know it's been talked about a lot, but if I had to choose right now, I'd give the edge to Caitlin Clark. Not only is Caitlin Clark playing incredibly well, but she's also a key reason her team is doing so well. Take Kelty Mitchell for example, she's been phenomenal since the season resumed after the Olympic break. A big part of why Kelty's able to get open and shine is because she has a true point guard in Caitlin Clark, who's doing an amazing job getting her the ball, drawing attention and creating space. They've really figured out how to complement each other. Caitlin has been showing up and showing out since the Olympic break, taking the time to really understand her teammates and their tendencies, which has helped them play more in sync. So yeah, at this moment, I'm giving the edge to Caitlin Clark in the Rookie of the Year race, and games like yesterday definitely back that up. I think Caitlin Clark deserves Rookie of the Year based on how she played, especially in the second half of the season and even towards the end of the first half. Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark really stole the spotlight with an electrifying performance yesterday, leading her team to a 100-81 win over the Chicago Sky in Wintrust Arena. Clark showcased her skills by weaving past defenders with smooth handles and hitting her signature step-back three-pointer, ultimately achieving a career high in points. She clearly outshined Angel Reese, making a major impact from the start. Clark demonstrated incredible composure by putting up an electrifying double-double in a tough and hostile setting. The former Iowa star came ready for the high-stakes game and quickly hit her offensive stride. Not only did she score efficiently, but she also set up her teammates with impressive precision.
Caitlin Clark running things. 8 assists, 15 points in the first half. Looking to add to her tally. Ooh, look out.
The 22-year-old ended the game with 15 points, 7 assists and 3 rebounds, shooting a solid 6 of 9 from the field and 3 of 5 from 3-point range in the first half. After halftime, she didn't miss a beat, coming out strong with 6 more points, a rebound and 2 assists in the third quarter. Clark maintained her intensity in the fourth quarter, setting a new career high with 31 points. She scored 10 of those points in the final period, playing 32 minutes and 25 seconds. As a top Rookie of the Year contender, she shot 8 of 14 from the field, including 5 of 9 from 3-point range, and was almost flawless at the free throw line, making 10 of 11 attempts. Clark, who leads the league in assists, also contributed 12 assists, 4 rebounds and 1 steal. Despite 3 turnovers, she finished with a +23 plus/minus rating.
To take a breather, but Caitlin Clark in the Indiana
James has really taken upon her shoulders to be more aggressive offensively to trade, and she has stepped up her game in that opportunity. Caitlin Clark for 3.
Recently being the first WNBA player that has recorded consecutive 20-plus. I love her. I love the way Caitlin Carter's playing.
Left to play here in the first quarter. Looking for Reese. Cagnette tips it away and off and running. Caitlin Clark whips a pass. Thread the needle. Working it around here for the Fever. Good ball movement on this possession. Logo shot. Low
Fans are raving about Caitlin Clark's incredible double-double performance. One fan said on X, if she doesn't win Rookie of the Year, it's rigged. Her stats are insane. 31 points and 12 assists was just amazing. Another fan from Indiana said, Hoops is so lucky to have both Wemby and CC in the same season. With this win, the Indiana Fever improved to a 16-16 record and climbed to 6th place in the standings of this season. Speaking of season, Angels had a special season too, but when it comes to the Fever and their postseason outlook, they're currently in 6th place and hold the tiebreaker over the Mercury. The big question now is how far they can go in the postseason, which of course depends on who they face with that 3rd seed. So it definitely depends on how things shake out and who ends up where. Indiana versus Connecticut game earlier in the week, which felt like a potential playoff preview. At that time, Connecticut was holding the 2 seed and Indiana had the 7 seed, so seeing that matchup was pretty insane. I think the Fever are heating up at just the right time, clicking when it matters the most. Their chemistry is really working in their favor, and they've got a few more matchups ahead that could really test them. They've pulled off some convincing wins against teams above .500, which is huge for their confidence as they head towards playoffs. As for Chicago, it's tough to say if they'll stay in the playoff picture, but I'm leaning towards yes. I think they've got some key matchups in these final weeks that could make or break their chances, including a game against Atlanta, who's also fighting for the 8th spot. Plus, Washington isn't mathematically eliminated yet, so they're a team to keep an eye on as well. I am 50-50 on Chicago. They're in right now, but if they can't find a way to boost their offense, they might not stay there for long. They definitely want Chennedy Carter back as soon as possible because she brings so much to the table in terms of scoring and spacing. The Fever are on a hot streak, winning 4 out of their last 5 games since the Olympic break, largely due to Clark's stellar performance and her ability to elevate her teammates like Kelty Mitchell. On the other hand, the Sky are struggling, having lost 5 of their last 6 games, partly due to the loss of key players like Mariana Mabrey and the absence of Chennedy Carter, who leads the team in scoring. The reason why Chennedy Carter was ruled out for Sky Fever game is very known, but just in case you don't, Carter has been ruled out due to health and safety protocols. The Sky, 11-19, need to start winning games soon. They have struggled in recent action, and Carter's absence did not help matters on Friday night. The Fever have played very well since the Olympic break came to an end. Caitlin Clark continues to lead the way as Indiana makes a postseason push. The Sky, meanwhile, is trending in a different direction. Chicago still has a chance to clinch a postseason spot. Angel Reese has been terrific and Carter has also played well. Winning without Carter is going to be quite the challenge. Carter is currently averaging 17.2 points per game on 50% field goal shooting. She's also recording 2.8 assists and 3.3 rebounds per outing. Carter's impact has been immense for the Sky throughout the 2024 campaign. She's not received as much attention as Angel Reese, but the Sky understand how impactful Carter has been in 2024, even more so after the recent loss by Fever. That's all for today. What do you think about Caitlin Clark's chances for Rookie of the Year? Do you believe the Fever's recent form can carry them deep into the postseason? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this update, please give us a thumbs up, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more WNBA news and updates. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thanks for tuning in and see you next time.